Hello there everyone, welcome to another episode of Josh's World, which is just my regular Minecraft Let's Play, if this is your first time tuning in. So, what did we have done last time? Last time, we got these statues done, and then killed all those withers to get all the beacons for the staves? You know what I mean, the stick in the hand. And that was a fun little adventure, and we do have some left over, which is nice, so we'll get to make use of those. But as for today, not a lot has changed since then. What we do need to do is extend the walls on the sides. You can see we're sort of... Can I make it? Yeah. We've sort of started on this side. We've got the shape laid out and the general pattern, but that's about it. And on that side, we've got none of that. That all needs to be torn up to match this because the pattern isn't the same. That was the original pattern that we had last time, and that's just the pattern I worked out off camera just to get an idea of what sort of shape is appealing. Alongside that, we also have all this flooring needs to go out all the way back there, which is going to take a while. I don't actually know if we have enough wood to be doing that. So that's probably the first thing to check. So if we don't, that's probably the next thing on the list is get a bunch of wood. Okay, so we do have, yeah, so we'll do that quickly because that wood won't take too long to put down, and then we'll get started on mirroring the pattern from the right side of the building over to the left side. And I think we might have to move our little basalt generator. I'm actually going to leave it running while I build all this out, so then we have a good stockpile of it and we don't have to worry about it in future. Okay, so now that that is done, like I said, that wood went very quickly, though it covered more than I was expecting, honestly. So we've extended this pattern of the wall a bit, because obviously that needs to continue over. And we did steer clear of where our basalt generator is, because there's lava there. We don't want to set our whole floor on fire and have to fill it out again. That would be no good. Ooh, but we do need some lights around there. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, okay. That is definitely an issue. It's one we'll have to come back to. I'm gonna quickly build up this wall area and make sure it mirrors this descending pattern that is on the other side. We'll get back to it. And that is that for now. Yeah, I love how this looks. Let's get real far out and pop down here. We definitely need to throw some torches down and bring the roof over there. But that's looking really good. Now we don't have any more wood to use as a floor to do the rest of this area. But that's okay. We will leave that for now. Okay, so while I was flying back to the main base, which it feels strange being here, it feels like I haven't been here for a while, I was thinking You know, it's been a while since I went to the spawn island and checked the shops, so maybe, just maybe, we can go see if anyone has purchased anything recently. It feels like forever since I've been here. It's not an area I check very often, so let's check the squid shop first. There was one point where Prismarine was going pretty quick, but I think whoever was buying that Prismarine has finished their projects. And I haven't restocked it in a while, but it doesn't seem like there's much need to. The slime shop never really has any purchases, so I won't be surprised if... yeah, no, didn't think so. And lastly, the rocket shop, which definitely makes the most sales. I know a couple of people are just like, I forget where I put the rockets, so... But it looks like... Oh, yeah, there's some. Yeah, just those 8. Here I was saying, oh, we're out of wood, and thinking that we were just totally out of spruce, because that project's been taking a lot. We've got plenty. We're fine. I don't have to spend any time in the tree farm. We're going to make this staircase along here. I don't know, staircase, it's more of a ramp. Okay, so we're here in the test world, and let's get rid of all that. Here we have like the basic layout of our sorting system and all the like light detection stuff, so like detects which chests are full. What I'm just going to do now is quickly measure out how much space each of these sections takes up. And the current plan is to have 2 corridors going down each side, and then like you see laid out here, on each side of the corridor, 1 room. So here is the spreadsheet. It's a lot, but as you can see, we've got all our different rooms, and then the number of slots for each room. So in each room, there are like 25 columns of chests, and each column has its own item sorter. So as you can see, we've got a lot of stuff. There's 16 rooms, so that's 4x4. That takes up a lot of space. And we do have some extra space down at the end here when more stuff comes out, assuming there will be more for the second half of the 1.17 update. We are going to start to mirror this outer wall pattern on this side, which means a lot of tearing up. We've basically got to tear down this entire wall, which is not ideal, but it has to be done. Okay, so I've done most of the pillars on this side. Spare for a couple here, and we need to get out to that line. But I look at it over there, I'm like, that seems a lot lower. So we're gonna quickly check. So that goes up to 90. Oh, these are definitely lower. Oh, but I haven't done the corner here. That would be why. Ooh, really? Let's try the landing again, and nailed it. Yeah, but we haven't done the corner here, so that would explain it, because that would be what it needs to be in line with, so there's no reference here. So after I do these pillars, I'm going to do the floor for this area, as well as on the other side, so we've got a nice perimeter walkway, and then we should be in order. So we've got the floor blocked out. So far I've only done where I know this corridor is going to go through, because I need to measure out exactly how much space we've got between basically where this wall is going to be and where that wall is going to be. Because obviously if it's too small, then we need to change the design a little bit. Either we change how the sorting rooms are laid out, or we cut these a bit, which I think that'll be the easier choice. But yeah, as you can see, I've got these bits blocked off. That's where like the doorways are gonna go. Have like nice big arches, get a bit of that cathedral sort of feel, which I think is going to look really good. It's going to be, nearly, just like these sections here, which I am quite fond of. I like these a lot. I think they turned out really well. I like going between like a corridor and then it goes out into an open space, and then it's a bit more claustrophobic, and then back out into an open space. I like that a lot. I don't know if it's going to work as well on a flat surface, but that's what we're gonna try. And hello. What are you doing here? Get out of here. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm going to mirror this floor pattern on the other side, and then we'll measure how much distance there is between the two. Okay, so now that I've started doing it on this side, we can quickly check. So we're on, yeah, 111. Nice lucky number. Is anyone's lucky number 111? I feel like that's a common one. And then here, 262. So let me pull up a calculator. 262 minus 111. 151. That is 9 blocks. 9 blocks too narrow. Okay, so that is a bit of an issue. I did some more messing around in creative and just drawing out ideas, and it looks like we're just gonna have to go with 3 wide corridors within the Grand Archives. And it also means we're gonna have to make these 3 wide as well, which ends up leaving us with 1 block. One block that we still need to find space for. So I'm thinking we just cram some of the redstone a bit closer together. Actually, a better idea is maybe just cutting these corridors entirely and making it like one big flowy, yes, that's the interior design term, one big run. So have this maybe like 2 wide, and then there's going to be a wall there. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do, because even if we made these corridors 3 wide, we would still need a wall here, so that doesn't actually clear up as much space as I thought it would. That is the plan now. So we're gonna build up a wall along here, and we have to figure out how to connect this part up. I think once we've done this wall, the solution will reveal itself. So I started bringing the floor out to meet this outer wall, right? And as you've seen, as we've been building, we've got that smooth stone trim along the bottom. And it's 1 block it's 1 block higher. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. That's, that's really a pain. Because either I have to like shift the whole wall down 1 block and the floor there as well, or I bring this all up 1 block and I have to shift that up as well. Or I just run with it. I might just run with it. I don't think we can just run with this. That looks not great. I imagine it would look better once you have like a full wall, but like, it does look less awful the more wall I add, but it still doesn't look right. I've really been sitting here, staring at it, trying to figure out how I want to approach this. This is painful, but I think I'm just gonna change the exterior wall. I don't really want to do that, but I also really don't want to raise the floor either. So I think that's our best option. As soon as I started cutting this up, I was like, wait, there's an easier solution. This can all stay at the same level. The outer wall doesn't have to change. And we just shift this down 1 and just have a little step up onto the viewing platform area thing. Whatever, I'm not an architect, I don't know what it's called. So that means I only have to shift these 3 blocks. So I'm gonna pound through that, and we have our trim at the right level. Okay, we figured it out. It's coming together. We've put down a lot of wood, and the floor is slowly coming together. Very slowly. It's a lot of ground. And I think the next thing to do at this point is probably put some torches down first and foremost, because this is going to be a nightmare to deal with. But then draft out what the storage system is going to look like and how it's going to be laid out, so we have an idea of how to move forward. That's going to take a while. So let's quickly, let's jump into a bed and let's get to that. I'm just trying to think now where. I think there's a chest. Yeah, I think. Is there? There's a whole bunch of blocks missing. That's all meant to be. I think that has. Make sure there's nothing wrong. Nope. Okay, I was incorrect. Somewhere there is a chest that has all my shulker boxes, that has all the redstone components, because there's a lot. There's a whole lot that's meant to go into this, but it's not many of these. Oh yeah, there we go. Resin lamps. Yep, there we go. I'm thinking we start. I want like a bit of a gap, so I'm gonna say 6 blocks out from this wall. Oh, there's a lot of zombies under us. Do I have torches? Not a lot of torches, but we do have torches. Oh god, yeah, this is a... This is exactly what I was talking about. Okay, that's fine. I spent a little bit of time in creative, and we can actually fit the whole thing in 149 blocks, which means that all the trimming we did for this isn't necessary, but that's okay. What I think I'm gonna do is just like open these up so you got a bit of a doorway, make a bit of an arch, but that'll be for later. So working from our center point, yeah, that's our midline. I know, very, is that our midline? Is our midline even? It's even. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. It's even! Because I do everything in odd numbers. Okay, well that's, I guess, not the end of the world. We just add another block in the middle. So there'll be a 2-block gap in the middle instead of a 1-block gap. So I'm still thinking if I want to have all the redstone exposed or not. Because I feel like having what are essentially big grey blocks in this open area is going to look really weird. And I like how it looks when you see all the redstone and you see how it all works. And you see like all the blinking lights. I think that's pretty cool. So I think we're going to leave it open. I've quickly mapped out the space for 2 modules. I don't know if they're modules. It's not really modular. 2 sections. Cells. Cells is a good way to describe it. 2 cells of item sorter. So this should be enough space for all the redstone to fit. Otherwise, it kind of just pushes the chests closer together, and that's okay. So we're gonna quickly get on that now and see if things fit. So now that I'm laying it out, because I was doing all my tests in creative, just flat, just 1 layer, so it was just like what would be right at the top of the item sorter, which is going to be 10 chests up. I realized that I'm using more space than I need. I only need that extra clearance right at the top where the item filter is going to be, which means I have space to do the redstone lamps here. So I'm going to try and figure out a way to get these redstone lamps working, because I made 3 shulker boxes of them. I'm going to use them. I will come back to you once I've made a plan. We've engineered a bit of a solution. We did have to move these walls back by 1, but that's fine. It's not the most accurate way of showing how full the chests are. As you can see, we only have comparators every 2nd hopper. And obviously that means that it's gonna light up like lanterns in kind of groups. It's not ideal, but I think it'll work well enough. And like, I'm not expecting it to be super functional, because 90% of the time you're just checking this bottom chest. So I think it'll be alright. Aesthetically, it serves its function. So with that in mind, I am going to build this very dense bunch of redstone out 25 times, and then we'll have 1, I guess, cell to show off. And then we have to do it, how many more times is that? 25 by 4 by 4. 200 more times. So we're just putting down the last few hoppers now for this cell. And I'll be honest, it took longer than I was expecting, but I feel like it'll get shorter the more you do it. You know, you get into a rhythm, especially like this last row here ended up going pretty quickly once I got the pattern down. So let's just get up in the sky so you can have a look. It's kind of massive. And we've got to do 15 more of these. So that's gonna take a while, but I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. I like the styling. I think I'm gonna change the top block here to smooth stone, like we've done the trim. I still need to update that one, but the top trim like that. I think I'll do that at the bottom as well. And then I'll put in the water line and we can do a test run. So we got that all done. And now I feel like we should actually give it a test run, right? I don't know what items I want to put in here, because I don't know which way I want to lay out all the rooms. The things we need to grab over here be grass, mycelium, podzol, dirt, and coarse dirt. Then we've got some cave update stuff, so rooted dirt, moss block, and moss carpet, which is why I have these placeholder items. then gravel, flint, sand, sandstone, cut sandstone, carved sandstone, smooth sandstone, red sandstone, cut red sandstone, carved red sandstone, smooth red sandstone, snow block, snow tile, snowball, ice, and packed ice. There's a lot of things. We've got ice and packed ice, and that's blue ice there, so we're good on that front. So let's go get those few things we don't have yet. So we're gonna run to the mining desert and get some sand, which we're gonna need anyway, because we need a lot of glass as well. And then we can also grab some red sand from the mining mesa. So let's go blast through the nether and do that. I love how this looks. It's absolutely shredded. Good chunk of the desert just gone. Mostly me as well. I've used a lot of glass. I mean, the floor of the witch farm is all glass, and that's 128 by 128. So, editor Josh, throw on the screen how many blocks that is. There's a lot. I don't want to grab. You know what? Someone has clearly been shredding it up right in front of the portal anyway, so that's fine. We'll grab from right in front of the portal. So we've got 24 chiseled, 24 red sandstone, and then another 20 red sandstone that will smelt into smooth red sandstone, and then most of a stack of red sand. And the last thing we need is a creeper. We definitely don't need. No, he spotted me. Get out of here. Oh, we still need mycelium actually, but there should be some coarse dirt. I was thinking there'd be. There we go. Whole stack. Yeah, we still need mycelium. That's a bit of a problem, and those can go in there as well. I guess we'll have to tear up part of the spawn island, which I don't really want to do, but it's kind of our only choice. I don't know of anywhere else I can get mycelium. And you know, you'd think after terraforming this whole island into a lush green paradise, I would have kept some of the mycelium, but apparently not. It's only this island here that still has any. Yeah, we mined 33,957 mycelium, and we picked up just over 1,000 of it. So yeah, that's where it all went. I just left it there, which is not the wisest move, was it, Mr. Mushroom? No, and you guys are all stuck on this tiny island now. Now that we've got everything in order, let's start filling it up. And I'm thinking, do we start from this side or that side? I feel like, you know, we're walking around. Your eye is kind of drawn that direction, so you feel like that would be where you start, but that's closer. So logically, that's also a place to start. I think I'm going to start on this side. Done a good bit of lighting up. I'm sure there are some dark spots. Yeah, like there. But I'm out of sea lanterns. But I think that covers most of it. So we'll have fewer problems. I think that looks amazing. I'm watching that creeper out of the corner of my eye. I think this is all looking really cool. I'm loving, not so much when the chests disappear, but it's all coming together really nicely. And I think you can get out of here. I think that's a good point to end today's episode. So I know this one was a bit time-lapse heavy, but when you're just building out massive structures, it's kind of just the best way to show it. But next time we'll definitely be talking a bit more about the redstone design process, because we got to make some changes to the system to get it working how we want to. And one of the issues that I haven't really tested is, say, you know, the item line starts here and it's got to go all the way around, and then it's got to go down 4 units. We need to figure out how long that's going to take, because if it takes more than 5 minutes, then our items are just despawning, and then we're running out of items, which is basically throwing them in the garbage. So we can't have that. So we're going to figure that one out, as well as what order we're going to hook up all the systems in. Do we do like one big loop, because there's going to be 4 rooms like this. Do we start at that end and just run across all of them, and then that way, and then back across? I think that's probably going to be the best way to do it. But again, we're going to have to make sure that we don't have any spots where items are going to get caught and then despawn, because that's no good. That's just garbage disposal really inefficiently. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of these, which there most certainly will be, and I'll see you next time.